This is the new Shao Motorsport collection recently launched in Malaysia and some countries in Asia such as Brunei, Australia and Hong Kong. It's a highly detailed die-cast model that can be Bluetooth controlled with your phone, but the control with touchscreen is terrible and the non-existent steering does not help either. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make it run way better with hobby-grade electronics. First, you need a receiver that can run as low as 3V because the Shell car is 1 cell, which means 3.7V to 4.2V. I'm stealing it from one of my RC monster truck. Then you need a speed controller that can also run as low as 3V, which in this case I'm stealing it from the driver board of a 360 continuous servo. Another item I'm stealing is a tiny 2.2g servo from my Orlando Hunter. Sorry cars. The radio control is a Radiolink RC6GS. I'll provide the links to all this in the description. To power it, I'll show you how to modify the battery, however, at your own risk. Let's start by dismantling the servo and cannibalize the board. Solder the car motor wires to the servo board motor output, which we just removed. Testing first, and it works. Desoldering the original steering motor wires. Pull the motor upwards easily. Remove all the steering parts except the steering rack and the wheels. Trim away the stopper to allow for more steering angle. Make sure it's a clean cut. Roughly positioning the steering servo which we'll be using. Cutting away the material here to make space for the servo to sit on. This is where we're going to sit the servo. We are going to flip the steering rack facing to the front, remove the alignment piece by rotating it 90 degrees and press it down. We are going to cut away a bit of material for the steering rack to make space for the steering rack movement. Yay! Steering rack moves freely, working well with the case installed too. Drill 1mm hole on the steering rack, as we will be using the 0.8mm steel rod from small RC plane. Drill a 1mm hole on the servo push rod as well. We're going to make a linkage around this shape. This V shape is for you to adjust the length later once it's installed. The left side goes into the servo horn and the other end goes into the hole over here. Be sure to use the right size of drill bit, otherwise you'll be too loose. So it takes some time to adjust the shape to a suitable length and also the angle, so you have to fine tune it by yourself. Cut away the plastic shaft here. So back of the steering cover, this is how you're going to trim cover and then sand it down to make it thinner so it totally clamps down onto the servo. Then you're going to make this cut as well, roughly at the middle. The modified cover now acts as a clamp down for the servo, which is nice. Keep it as stock as possible using as much original material, plastic as possible instead of 3D printing, because not everyone has a 3D printer. Soldering servo wires to the receiver board. You should know which is signal, power and ground. Now everything is installed and confirmed to be working again. Yeah, so it's proportional control. Turn a little bit. Now when it comes to modifying a battery, I don't recommend if you don't know what you are doing. Proceed at your own risk. I slice slowly, controlling the depth and then at the same time trying to pry it open. So this is how your 30 ringgit board looks like inside. Battery, the brain itself. All the magic happens because of this board. I'm going to cut away the switch to access a soldering point. Apply tape to cover the positive and negative terminal in case I knock on it. Break the circuit connection here and also here. Using a knife, scrape away the circuit here as well. And solder a thin positive wire to the pad over here, which is connected to the positive side of the battery. We're going to pull the power to this pad, check whether it's short or not. Connection already broken, so it shouldn't short. So I've soldered the positive to here, which means we're gonna trim the battery case later. The negative, we're gonna steal it from the ground. So I just scrape this area over here, this ground surface, and then gonna bridge it over. So let's confirm that it's not shorting. This all connection has been broken. We're gonna solder a very thin layer of solder. Now we're going to confirm we have power on these two pads over here. 3.8, yes! Alright, we're going to put everything back now. Still a good fit, but align it properly first. Do a little cutting over there. Cool, still fits perfectly like original. The clip still working too to hold the battery in place. We're gonna trim away this material to make space for a receiver. Solder power wires from the battery to the receiver. Plug my battery in, it should work. It works! Yes! Finally! Then I'm just gonna trim this fender to allow good amount of steering. Yes! Wrap the receiver with a black fiber tape. Secure the electronics to the chassis with tape. And I'm still able to close out the body, yes! Now time to trim the body to allow more steering angle. This is the Dremel bit I'm using, it's awesome man. These are the area that I trim until your fender becomes pretty thin. cut away part of the headlight as well. Once the steering is confirmed to be working, I secure it further with hot melt glue. Tidy up the electronics, secure 2 screws, much proper steering angle, and it's proportional for precise control. So with the modification using hobby grade electronics, it has totally transformed the car. The control is very precise with sufficient steering angle. Come race with me, I bet your car can't do this. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification button as well, as there will be next video on performance upgrade which you don't want to miss. It's crazy! Click the left thumbnail for latest video or smash the subscribe button on the middle of the screen. So I'll see you on next video, bye!